Hey everyone, Rob Little here. Little One Enterprises want to share with you a fun project I just finished. It is a 9-position T-handle 3D printed tool rack. So I was shopping online trying to figure out a way to get organized, and I'm going through all my tools trying to get organized this season, and I didn't find anything that fit my needs perfectly. And of course 9 is kind of an odd number, and I have these really huge T-handles. It's a 14 millimeter. So I was like, you know what? I need to come up with something that fits my needs perfectly. So I did a quick CAD design and 3D printed T-handle tool rack. So I thought I would share it with everyone, make a video, and for all the nerds out there, all the guys that love all the fun engineering details, I think they're fun. I'll put them at the end, all the CAD stuff, all the 3D printing stuff. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a great holidays. God bless. Talk to you soon. I'm using AutoDesk Inventor. You can modify the file if you have Inventor. I think Fusion might actually modify the file too. But I did something cool here, and I want to share it with you. So if we go and edit the sketch, you'll see up here in the upper right hand corner, this is what I call the master dimensions. My T-handle, the biggest T-handle I had was a little bit under 1/2 inch, so I used a 1/2 inch circle. And I made it a V-block design so it nests inside of here. And you can see the circle hits on a tangent here and down in the bottom too. So that was real clean, real simple dimensions here. But you see the rest of them don't have dimensions because I used a pattern. And let me show you how that works, so you can do it yourself. I'm going to delete the pattern. And there's something real special here. It's this one construction line that comes down through here. It makes a triangle. And these dimensions are driven, you see that. I picked that the angle of this line. As a matter of fact, I'll throw it in here so you can see what it is. It's driven because it's basically the angle from here to here with these dimensions. So the dimensions of the V block and the spacing drive that angle there. But back to the pattern is you go over here and create a rectangular pattern. Select the geometry that you want, which is all that. Select the line, which is the direction, right? And then it's going to go right down that line. And of course your spacing is kind of peculiar. It's 0.950, so you got to put that in there. And now you got a great little pattern here. You can do 2, you can do 3. I need 9, so I'm going to do 9 of them. And that creates the pattern that goes all the way down here. And we're going to hit OK. And that's your T-handle rack. Yeah, if you only need 4 or 5 of them, do 4 or 5. And then you can extrude this. So I hit finish sketch, and of course, me mucking around with it, it lost it. So let's just regenerate it. That's it. Make that. And there it is. And of course, me messing around with it lost the fillets also, but you guys know how to do fillets. That's pretty simple. It's converting this inside of Autodesk Inventor Professional to an STL file for 3D printing. So I use environments, and I go to 3D print, and I actually don't generate the printing file from here. I just use this to convert it over to the STL, and you can see that right here. So I'll click on STL, and I'm going to call this T-handle rack version 2, and I save it as an STL file. Real simple. Boom, there it goes, and I'm done with that conversion. So what I use, and there's tons of them out there, but I use a program called Simplify 3D. For the only reason is it's pre-configured for a lot of 3D printers, and the files that it generates print really well. So use whatever program you like. This is the one I like. So what I do is I just open up that file. So let's open up or import in that profile. So I'm going to import it in, and there's our T-handle rack version 2, and it comes in, of course, comes in on its side. That's not what we want. So I'm just going to drop that surface onto the bed, which would be that one, and then I'm going to center it, and now it's centered, and that's it. It's centered on the bed. It's dropped on the bed. It came in at the right scale. So inside of Simplify 3D, I'm just going to go ahead and say let's add the settings so we can extrude this, and I'm using a Dremel Idea Builder 3D45, and I modified it because I like a little bit more print quality, and I'm printing it at a 50% fill. I like those settings. It's a little bit stronger than most, and that generates a great 3D print. So so there we go. Those are the settings I used, and that is the printed file. And I won't run through this whole thing here, but let me show you some of the things that I did do. Some of the things I did change is, if you see, there are 4 rows of solid on the perimeter. That's one of the things I changed. One of the settings, I think it's 2 is the default. I kicked it up to 4, so I've got a little bit thicker solid plastic perimeter around everything, and I wanted that so when it got to the V blocks, and you can see it forming right here, it's got a good solid plastic surface for everything to sit on, and you can see the 50% infill there too. So it's a pretty strong part, since it could take some abuse. So there we go, and I'll speed it up. You can watch the rest of the printing process here. And after it finishes generating, looks pretty good to me. I just export it to my 3D printer and print that thing out. So it does look like it takes 23 hours and 19 minutes to print, and a pretty good amount of filament, almost 0.8 pounds of PLA. So but there we go. Want to share that also with you guys, and I'll take a couple video shots of the 3D printer making it also. So there we have it. One custom T-handle rack. I enjoyed walking through the process with everyone. Again, I'll make all the files available if you want to do one for yourself. Take care. God bless. See you on the next one.